Welcome to A Year of Joy. My name is Sherry Elise, and I will be your Joy Reporter. Every single week, I will be introducing you to one of your Joy Superpower partners. On behalf of the team of the Art and Science of Joy, we are thrilled to be able to bring this to you. So, without further ado, let's meet your Joy Superpower partner. Welcome back. We are here with our brand new Joy Superpower Expert on curiosity. Please welcome Doug Keith. Hi, Doug.
Hi, Sherry. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. We're thrilled to have you in the community. So let's talk curiosity. I'd love to know a little bit about your journey with curiosity and why you're so passionate about it.
Yeah, I think that I'm interested in a lot of stuff, which can be a plus or a minus. So sometimes I'm learning about something that's really important to me, and sometimes I might just be going down a rabbit hole. But I think that's all positive in terms of curiosity, because I think a problem that adults tend to have is they can get less and less curious over time as they get kind of more settled into their lives. And I think as a kid, you're interested in everything. But then over time, you're kind of told, like, you got to narrow your focus. And I think once people have done that, they kind of forget what it was like to be really interested in something and to follow that to the end. And their intellectual side shuts down curiosity because you say, you know what, I don't have time for that. That's not going to lead to anything. What's the point of this? Everything has to have a point. I have to be goal-oriented, and they stop being curious. And then when they really need to be curious, for instance, I need to make a job change, I need to make change in my life, they say to themselves, I don't even know how to do that, because they've forgotten what it was like just to be very open-hearted, open-minded, and just kind of follow things to their natural conclusion, as opposed to stopping them before they even get started.
I love that. And I love that this is what you're passionate about, because I think you bring the awareness to us about how important it is to connect back to that side of ourselves. So why do you personally think that it's important for people to cultivate this curiosity?
I think it's because there are many points in our lives where we're not sure what to do or where to go next. And we don't have any steps in our head to do that. And whether it could be personal or professional. You could say professionally, I'm very fulfilled, but at 5 o'clock when I turn my camera off or I leave the office, I don't know what to do with my time. I just go home and I kind of sit there. And I don't know where to start. How would I even identify things I might be interested in? And there really are, one of the things I've been working on is developing a process that's very repeatable, so that when you say to yourself, I feel stuck, you say, oh, wait a minute, here's where I could start. And the other thing is, when we lose interest in other things, other people, our world just gets smaller and smaller. And if you are curious about things, the world kind of just opens up to you. Your curiosity is invigorating to other people. They're like, you're interested in me, now I'm interested in you. And now you're having a conversation. But we're in a kind of world where people just cut to the chase.
Yeah.
They say, let's skip the niceties. Can I just ask you what I need to ask you? But even in a sales process, I did a sales training recently. I learned the best sales calls are where you spend 95% of the time asking your potential client questions, and the last 5% of the time actually talking about what you're trying to offer. That's very much different than I think where we're at right now, where we just say, can't you just tell me what I need to know so we can just get on with our lives?
Yeah.
And if you are a curious person, you will, or if you take a curious approach, you will see it very differently, I think.
Yeah, it deepens connections absolutely with people, being curious about them. And I think it affects and helps so much of our lives, including what we're talking about this week in the community. Let us know what you think is the link between curiosity and joy.
I think when you're really curious about something, you're excited about it. You want to learn. And that completely relates to joy, having joyful experiences or feeling more joyful generally.
Yeah.
It's when you're not curious, you're not interested, you shut down your emotions, you kind of flatline. But when you're open-hearted and you're curious, you get excited. And I do market research for a living. I talk to people for a living. And sometimes when I'm about to start an interview, I'm like, here I go, another interview. I've done hundreds of them this year. And by the middle of the interview, I find I'm really engaged in what people are saying because I'm learning about their lives. It's not just, can't you just tell me why you like this detergent? I'm finding out why detergent matters in their lives, what their lives are about. And I find myself getting more and more interested, more and more engaged. And by the end of the interview, I feel much more energized. And
Yeah.
that energy is joy. And one thing I say about curiosity is one way you know you're curious about something is when time just has flown by and you don't even realize it's gone by. You're really in the flow of the moment. And I think that is joy. It ends, that session ends and you say, wow, that was great. I feel good. And that's really, part of what joy is. You're not going to be joyful all the time, but you can have immersive experiences that make you feel positive. And I think that's really the bigger picture of joy to me. And curiosity is a starting point, I believe.
Thank you so much for your expertise and for offering all of this to us at A Year of Joy.